Hello, JHA scholars. You will need 2 sheets of paper in order to make a paper model of the apparent movement of the sun. So on your first sheet of paper, you're going to want to draw an arch. And this arch will be cut out. Using a marker is helpful just because it's darker and you'll be able to see it better. Okay, after you draw the arch, then you'll want to go over that arch with an arrow. So we're going to put the arrowhead on one side, and on the other side we won't have an arrowhead, showing that the direction will end here. This side will be labeled 8 a.m. and this side over here will be labeled 4 p.m. Okay, we're also going to add in east here and west here. We'll add sunrise over here to remember the direction of the sun when it first comes out in the morning, and sunset over here to show the direction that the sun is setting as nighttime approaches. Right here, you can draw a house. And this is just an object here to represent how the sun appears to move across the sky daily. Your house may look a little better than mine's. If you're an artist, go for it. All right, so that's just my little roof right there. I'll give myself 2 little windows, make it realistic. Okay, once you've done that, then you can go ahead and take this same sheet of paper, and then you can kind of fold it in half. Make 1 slit along the arch. And then from there, you should be able to cut an even cut. This is going to allow us a window in our page for us to see the sun moving across the sky. Make sure you cut around the lines. Leave everything else whole. Okay, so this would be what your paper looks like, and when you open it up, it should be an arch, and it is. Okay, so in this part, and that's not as perfect as I wanted it to be, I might can get a little bit more over here. All right, as good as it's gonna get. Now that's where the second paper comes into place. So with the second paper, you're gonna use it to do 2 things. You're gonna draw yourself a sun. You don't wanna go too big and you don't wanna go too small. You can add orange to it if you want. We know the sun has multiple colors. That's up to you. Cut it out as best as you can, and try to leave at least a long side of your paper available. So I'm just going to cut over here, and then that way I still have this portion of my paper I can use for the next thing. Now I'm not going to try to be perfect. I'm just going to cut my sun out, get it done. As you can see, I'm probably at less than 5 minutes on this video. And I'm able to get through this pretty fast. So you guys will be expected to get this done in 15 to 20 minutes. All right, almost done here. I did forget to mention you are going to need some glue, as I'm thinking about this in my head. So if you need to stop the video, go grab your glue. And we have it ready. All right, so there's my sun. Not worrying about perfection because I simply want to model how the sun appears to move across the sky. All right, so I'm going to use almost this entire length, not quite. I'll cut a little bit of it off. So about this size, this is almost the full length with a little bit cut off. Now I'm going to take this paper and just kind of continue to fold it in little parts. And just keep going all the way until you get to the very end and you're left with a long rectangle shape. This could be done with either tape or glue if you have tape available, but I'm going to use glue. So I'll put some glue right here. Don't go crazy with it and use too much. Have glue all over the place. Close it up. Now I can tell my little, I guess this is more like it's like a little stick in a way that you're using. It's kind of sticky and I don't want it to stick to the other paper too much. So I may need to like let it dry. You can sit there and wave it around like that. You want to put your sun kind of in the center. Only one dot of glue. That's good enough. Because you'll want the outsides of the sun to kind of bend around. And I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, one dot of glue. Again, try to get it dry as much as you can. Tape can also be used. So now I'm at this part where I'm going to stick one side through, kind of have the sun on the outside, the other side this way. The only thing I want to have hanging here is the sun. And then I am free to take my hand, take the sun, move it, oh, see, not sticking. If I had tape, then I wouldn't have to worry about this. But you'll have time to let yours dry. If you need to, just leave it off to the side like that. But in the meantime, just so I can model to you what this will look like. Your goal is to get your sun to move across the sky to show sunrise and sunset, okay? And so as I'm moving the sun through the arch, then I'm showing that my sun moves across the sky. And that's it. Now, one more thing I am going to add to this model that I just realized I didn't put. I need to put 12 p.m. right here. Very important. Because at this time, the sun will be the highest in the sky. And I'll show that one more time. Just kind of pull it through. Put the other side through. Down here, kind of low. I'm coming up high again, and then we're going back low in the sky again, okay? And that is that model. Now, when you're done and everything's all good and dry in your journal, you'll want to take that paper and put just a tiny line of glue right here, one across, stick it right there in the crease. You can actually flip it over and rewrite or have your title already written ahead of time, or you can write it right here. You do not want to glue this flat down. This needs to come up at all times, because if you glue it flat down, you're not going to be able to use your sun you just made in order to show the movement of the sun across the sky. When you're done, simply fold it over like this, and then it will not be sticking out of your notebook. Now, is it possible this part may fall? It's possible, but if you tuck it under there real good, it should stay in your notebook with no problem. Okay, see you guys in class.